You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shannon Register, and today we are talking about safety in light of the recent events that have happened with a realtor in Arkansas. I wanted to talk a little bit about safety, not only for realtors, but women in general, and really just get some expert advice from Hanan Yadin. He provides vulnerability and risk assessment for homeowners, schools, businesses, medium and large companies, and he's a veteran of the Israeli Defense Force, and he received advanced training at the Israeli Anti-Terror Academy and served as an instructor at the Israeli Military Intelligence Academy. Hanan's a former member of the Shin Bet, which is in Israel's internal security agency. Did I say that right?
Perfect.
Okay. All right. He has the ISI Training Center, and it's their mission to set unmatched new standards in excellence in security, counterterrorism, and tactical training industries. And, you know, what we've been talking about is really some of the things that we as women need to do to be more vigilant, and just talking about how we live our lives day to day and we become so complacent. And I want to talk a little bit this segment about how we can really work in some of these things into our lives to make us a little bit more aware of our surroundings and make us more knowledgeable about what we can do when we're in a bad situation. Recently in the Realtor magazine, they talked about the story of Beverly and gave a few tips for agents. And so I wanted to talk about those with you as well. One of the things that they've recommended for realtors is that they always have a copy of the driver's license of the people they're going to show houses to. And being practical, that is hard to always make sure that you do, but it is so important. We get so caught up in the sale. As a realtor, I know it's hard not to get caught up in the sale. We get so busy selling houses, doing what we do, but it is important that we also make sure that we stay safe. Also, they encourage agents to trust their instincts and to work in a buddy system. And there are some equipment out there. Hanan, I want to ask you about some of the things the devices that are out there and whether they really help you or not. One of them is called the cuff, and it's like a piece of jewelry that women can wear, kind of like a tracking device. Are you familiar with it? What do you think about that?
I think that any device out there can assist, to help you to get out of a situation. Mm-hmm. But the key is how to prevent it. Mm-hmm. Okay, how to prevent from getting into that situation.
Yeah.
As I said, all the devices are important. They help, but it's most likely during the fact or after the fact.
Right.
My philosophy and the school philosophy is to invest on the human element. We ourselves have a brain, mm-hmm. and we should use it. And one of the things that I recommend is that always be aware of your surrounding and create what we call the security layers, like the onion mm-hmm. layers. And I always recommend that, first of all, make plan prior to your depart. Mm-hmm. Know exactly who you're meeting with. Know exactly the description, if you can, if it's possible. And when you get out there, always be aware of your surrounding, at least 30 yards radius around you.
So for an agent that's showing a property, what are some tips that you can give them?
First of all, routine is the enemy. You don't want to show any type of routine lifestyle. Number one. And number two, when you make an appointment, make sure you have as many details as possible, like what kind of car you have, sir, ma'am, what kind of, what are you going to wear? I'm just meeting a lot of people, I don't know who you are. Mm-hmm. Create a story that will help you identify the individual. How many people are going to come? Are you going to come by yourself, or are you going to come with more people? The more information you gather before the meeting, the better it is. Mm-hmm. There's just a few tips.
Okay. And some of the apps that they've talked about, MyForce, it's an app for a smartphone. That one actually you pay to have someone listen to you while you're doing whatever it is you're doing. And then there's the GPS tracker, which tracks where you are using Google Maps. I actually have an agent who uses that. She loves it. What do you think about these smartphone devices?
As I said, again, these are tools that will help you.
Good tools to use. Mm-hmm.
Very good tools to use. Sometimes time equal human life,
Right.
which means if God forbid nobody knows where you are, at least you have a device that can track you down as quickly as possible. As I said, every second counts. But again, go back to the human element. I would like and prefer to invest in my class on the human element, and technology is secondary.
So your class, it's a seminar that exposes the attendees to various preventative measures against potential risk, which include kidnapping, sabotage, extortion, harassment, acts of terror. Covers a lot of stuff, right? And just in 2 hours?
It covers a lot of stuff. 2 hours is just bare minimum that we have allowed for this class. And some of the elements in this class, not necessarily just related just for realtors, but generally speaking for anybody. But we include elements in the class that relates to realtors and brokers in the class.
And just women just need to be proactive, right? Just be more vigilant, proactive, and
more vigilant, more proactive. Be tuned to what's going on. Don't isolate yourself from the news, from what's going on. Understand that there are places that a location in different time zones, the risk is higher. And just understand how the mind of a predator works.
Well, let's talk about that. Tell us more about that.
Well, the predators are normally looking for the weak spots. They're looking for the victim behavior. They're looking for somebody who is not aware, not alert. They're looking for somebody who is physically will not present any resistance. Kidnapping cases shows that that's what actually kidnappers are looking for a weak body physique, somebody who's not aware and alert, a good victim behavior, somebody who's not paying attention. And then they're looking for the ease of attack, how easy it is, and how it's easy to escape. So this is just one of the elements that are into their plan. And of course, in many cases, they also plan their attack.
Yeah.
It could be random, but also could be well-planned.
And well-planned usually means they've been watching you.
Watching you, and as I mentioned earlier, routine is the enemy.
Do you think that watching you on social media and online behaviors is just as effective as watching you from the street? Or do you think that there has to be some element of planning and watching your natural behaviors versus just your online behaviors?
I think both.
Okay.
I think both, but crime of opportunity, they're not going to look for the Facebook or anything like this. They're going to look for somebody who is weak, and right now that's what they need. That's an opportunity. Let's look for somebody who is weak and is easy prey.
And you talked a little bit about home safety in the last segment. Tell us some tips for home safety.
Well, we live in Texas, right? I personally believe in self-defense, in the right to bear arm. I come from a country in Israel that we grew up in that mindset. And I strongly believe that good security prevention measures plus the ability to defend yourself with a firearm is the good combination.
I think you're in good company here in Texas. I think a lot of people think that.
That's why I'm here.
All right. Hanan is going to be teaching his 2-hour class to realtors and really anybody out there who wants to take the class. It's going to be taught at Register Real Estate Advisors. You can go to rrea.com/security to sign up for the class. It's going to be on October 30th at 1:30. That's on a Thursday, and it's $25. If you're interested in taking the class, go online, rrea.com/security, and get registered today because the class will fill up fast. Hanan Yadin, we appreciate the great information. And you also have a website that people can go to get more information. What is your website?
Thank you. The website is www.isitrainingcenter.com.
All right. Great information today. Stay safe out there, realtors, women, and everybody, because there are always threats lurking, right? Got to be aware. All right.
Thank you very much.
You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. You can join us online at HoustonRealEstateRadio.com and see videos of today's show. If you missed any of today's show, go to HoustonRealEstateRadio.com.